live.
Huh?
All right, We're going live. Oh, Bart, that was funny. All right, well, welcome everyone. My name is Randy Schrum, and I want to welcome you to this special online event. As you can tell, we were having a little bit of fun here right before we started and talking about something else. And you're going to meet my co-host here in just a moment, Mr. Bart Ratliff. Actually, Bart, come on out and say hi to everyone.
Randy Schrum, how's it going? Happy New Year. I am ready for, I tell you, Randy, we've got some things cooking. I'm really looking forward to this first quarter of 2016. So,
absolutely. Absolutely. And so, you know, I don't know the reasons why you're here on this event or on the replay, but we're going to be talking about two big trends that are going on in the world today, two big trends that are going on. And probably you fall into one of those categories, if not both. And so that's what we're going to be talking about. And hopefully that will address some of the reasons why you're here. And we'll talk a little bit about goals, because one of the big things around this time of the year is achieving goals. And a lot of people set resolutions around this time of year, and they set goals for the upcoming summer or the upcoming year. And they never achieve them, or they have a really hard time doing that. And so I'm gonna actually share a little bit about my story here in just a few minutes around that, from where I've achieved my goals from both my business and my health and my fitness and actually dropping weight. And actually I dropped over 100 pounds about 4 years ago now, I think it is, Bart. And I was about 100 pounds more overweight than I am here now. But I've not only achieved those type of goals in getting healthy, but also being very successful as an entrepreneur and business owner. And I got my start back in 1999 when I read this book called Multiple Streams of Income. And Bart, this book revolutionized my thinking. And it really made me shift from thinking from an employee mindset to an entrepreneur mindset. And in some ways it ruined me. But in some other ways, it set me on an incredible path, an incredible journey. And I can tell you right now, it wasn't always easy. And in fact, the first several years of being an entrepreneur and business owner, it was tough. And it's not effortless. It's a lot of hard work. And a lot of people a lot of marketing gurus today, which I'm not a marketing guru. Some people say that I am, but I would like to say that most marketing gurus and business gurus that we see online today always tell people that it's effortless. You're not going to have to do anything. Oh, it's just easy. It's just 1, 2, 3. And you know what? I'm here to tell you, as a very, very successful business owner and entrepreneur, that that's just not the case. You have to sharpen your axe. You have to learn what you need to do. You have to apply and yourself and then put in the time, put in the effort. And whether that be in your health and fitness or in entrepreneurship and starting a business. And so really quick, I'll share a little bit more about my background and we'll really get into it. And the only reason why I'll do that is because you wouldn't trust the keys to your house, the keys to your car, let alone the keys to maybe your health and fitness goals or your business goals to just anybody without knowing just a little bit about them, okay? And so fair enough. So a little bit about my background. You already know that I got my start back in 1999. I've been married now for going on 18 years and been doing some form of online business since 1999. And also invested in real estate for 10 years and actually may have seen my infomercials on television for almost a year, a little under a year. I actually sold a real estate investment system all over the popular television networks all over the United States. And but I've been very successful over the last several years. And again, I will really important disclaimer, haven't always been successful, but really have cracked the code the last 8 or 9 years. And we own multiple businesses, and I don't actually run all those businesses, but I've really honed in on one specific business over the last year. And we're going to share a little bit more about that here on this live event. But our businesses have seen $10,000 days, $20,000 days, $50,000 days, $100,000 days, on up to $375,000 days in our companies, whether it be bringing on customers, members, or team members. And so that's just across different businesses. All right. So, most people will never achieve those type of results. I'll just tell you that right now, because they won't put in the time and effort. They won't, sharpen their axe. And they fall prey to a lot of marketing gurus that are out there that are basically marketing to most people's desired interest, which is something super easy that will make them a lot of money. That sounds like gambling to me. Okay. Right, Bart? That's what that is. That's not the truth. That's not reality. And I'm just here to tell you that that's not reality. Right. And so it's kind of like this, if we kind of start diving into goals a little bit, it's kind of like, we come around this time of year and we set these goals of maybe dropping weight, for example, and we say, okay, I'm going to drop 20 pounds in the next month or the next 2 months, or I'm going to drop 50 pounds in the next 3 months, right? And I can tell you right now that that's usually not realistic, because we didn't put on that 20 or 50 or even 100 pounds in a month or 2 months, did we? We put it on probably over a 12-month, 24-month period. And that's because of what I call the compound effect, or the slight edge principle. And you can write that down. And that is simply this. It is simply making either positive or negative decisions little by little every single day that compound over time, that don't look like much that day. That little hamburger, that little McMuffin from that evil place called McDonald's, okay? Or that cheeseburger, just that one, that day, right? But then the next day, and then the next day, and then that Snickers bar at the gas station the next day. It's a compound effect that after a few months, you start putting on the weight, you start getting lethargic, you'll start losing energy. It's the same thing with relationships. They don't get ruined overnight. They get ruined because of the little things that we do every single day that compound over time. That's the compound effect. And so, but back to why we don't achieve our goals. The reason why we don't achieve our goals is because we don't recognize what I just described. Meaning, we expect in the world that we live in today, we expect microwave results, right? Think about it. If we don't get Wi-Fi, imagine this, I fly a lot, and I will get on the plane, all right, on a plane that I put myself in, and this plane takes off and flies in the air, okay, nothing under it, in the air at 30,000 feet. And now so and what used to take 2 weeks to get to a location now takes an hour, all right? But here's the world that we live in. Now we have the ability to have Wi-Fi on a flight, and if it doesn't work, we just throw a fit. And here's my point. We expect everything to be given to us. We expect microwave results when it comes to our business, our goals. That's why we fall prey to marketing gurus. That's why we fall prey to never achieving our weight loss goals, which I want you to mark this down. This is a word you'll never want to say, or statement you'll never want to say again if you're here to learn about how to get in better shape. Never say that you want to lose weight, because really what you're saying is that you want to find it again later. Really what you want to do is drop the weight and get healthy. But every time you say, I want to lose some weight, you're actually just opening the door to go find it again, all right? And so just think about that. I'm starting to, I'm about ready to go into the next segment here. I'll invite Bart out in just a moment, but I'm going to, here's the thing I want you to think about. Here are the two biggest trends going on in the world today, all right? And number one is, it's probably one of the biggest trends. So if you put your health hat on for a moment and you want to learn about getting healthier, or you want to be a business owner, I want you to think about this. The biggest trend in the world today, the longest standing viable trend in the world today, is health and fitness. It is getting healthy. It's obesity, right? And right now, over the next several months, we are at the height of awareness. Okay, I want you to follow me closely. As a very successful business owner, I'm giving you some very solid information. We are at the height of awareness of where people, prospects, potential customers, potential team members, people what we can help are at their peak of going, you know what, I want to get healthy. That might be why you're here on this video, on this live event right now, is because you know what, I want to get healthy. And you want to find a more natural way of doing that. You want to find a more healthier way of doing that, one that actually helps you meet your goals. And we're going to talk about that. But this is the time of year that people are at the height of awareness, addressing one of the longest standing viable trends today, health and fitness, right? So if you're putting your business hat on for a second, there's no better time to be in this industry, okay? There's no better time in any part of the year, but these next several months are optimal. You'll want to write that down. This is like this is the time of year that if you started a business in the health and fitness industry, what you do these next few months could matter the entire year. They could, let me put it like this. J. Paul Getty said, I would rather have 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of my own efforts. What you do in the next few months in the health and fitness business, if you so choose, will allow you to reap the results month after month all the way through the end of the year. And this is the time to do it because, again, people are at the height of awareness. I cannot stress that enough. And at the same time, many of you that are here right now are here because you're an entrepreneur-minded person, or you really want to earn an additional $300 a week. Maybe it's $1,000 a week. Maybe you already are an entrepreneur and you want a new type of business. Well, again, this is the time of year where people are at their peak awareness of actually starting a business, making changes in their life, and achieving their goals. And that's exactly the business we're in, is helping people get healthier and achieve their goals for a more healthier, happy lifestyle. That's what we're doing. So what I want to do now is invite Bart to come out and just kind of share some thoughts around everything that I've already talked about. Bart, anything you want to talk about right now?
You know, so I appreciate you having me on, Randy. It's so funny. 3 years ago, it was actually 3 years ago, maybe a week ago, is when I was 300. I was just, let me see, 3 years ago. So I was 47 years old. I was pushing 325 pounds, something I've been dealing with my whole life is being overweight. And I am over 6'4". So, you know, they said, well, you carried it well. Well, I was still really big. Okay. 325 pounds, that's unhealthy. And I made a decision back then. Imagine that, this time of year, to finally do something about it. I reached out to a good friend of mine, and he introduced me to a program that we're going to talk a little bit about tonight. And I just knew that I had to make a change, and I finally decided for myself. So I started slow, and I was just a customer, and I was so happy that I reached out to somebody that I knew, liked, and trusted, and he referred me to how I lost 85 pounds over the next 2 years, Randy. And it didn't happen overnight. I didn't say I did it in 30 days or 90 days. I said I did it in 2 years, you know, so it was changing your mindset, but it all takes a starting point. And I'm just so fortunate to be here today and to help a whole lot of people with their health and fitness goals, and along with their income goals as well. If they see the value of what we're doing, I'm helping other people get healthy and fit. So, and this is something I've been in this industry for a long time, Randy, and I'm just, I'm very grateful to be a part of what we're doing right now.
You know, Bart, and here's the thing about that. And I'm going to ask you some questions here, and we're really actually doing this live event. We actually have an agenda, but we didn't like really outline everything because we really wanted to share not just about the business, but share our hearts and share how this has worked for us. People who've been very successful in business, but also in that battle to drop the weight, to finally drop the weight, to finally overcome it and succeed long-term with it, to even finally be successful as a business owner, you know? And so this is the right place. This is the right time. And so Bart, let's talk about this for a second. So when we talk about, you know, why a lot of people all over the world, but especially in America, why don't people achieve their weight loss goals? What are some of the pitfalls? And, without talking about, what we do yet, but kind of outlining the descriptions, what are the reasons why people end up failing? What are the percentages around that?
Well, besides everybody wanting the magic pill, the quick fix, and to do it without effort, is that what you're talking about? That's my number one thing right there, Randy. And plus, let's just face it. I mean, every single corner in America today, there's a fast food chain. I mean, I was at Walmart this evening getting my windshield wipers. I bought some windshield wipers replaced, and there at the little auto parts counter was a big giant refrigerator full of I'm not going to say the name, but several different kinds of energy drinks, of Coca-Cola, not to call out Coca-Cola, but all the different pops. And then in the bottom row, there's one little aisle, one little row of waters. And I was just thinking to myself, I said, my God, this is just the way it is. I mean, everywhere we go, we're surrounded by sugar, junk food, fast food, and everything else. It makes it really difficult unless you're really centered and focused on a goal. It's really easy to get off track. I mean, and then you go to a restaurant, you order a meal, they give you enough food for 2 to 3 people. I'm talking even somebody my size, and I can throw down some food, Randy, okay? I mean, these are huge plates of food. And then, of course, I'm in Vegas. I mean, this is like the buffet capital of the world. I mean, I hate to say it, but it's you just walk around the strip, you walk around anywhere you go, 2 out of 3 people you see, they have some serious issues, and it's only getting worse right now. So anyway, that's what I have to say about that, Randy.
No, but talk about this too, Bart. So a lot of people, they will buy maybe a nutritional shake or do a workout program or even hire a personal trainer, but they'll do components. Talk about why what are the percentages of failure around that, and how can that be fixed? Because there's a good percentage of people right here, right now, that are looking for the real numbers and what it is that's going to get them to where they want to go.
Right. Well, Randy, I wish I had my numbers more exact, but the bottom line is really it's where it really starts off is nutrition and having the proper nutrition. And then the next layer is scheduling activity. Physical activity along with your nutrition. But that third factor that a lot of people seem to forget, and why the percentages are so low, either doing it with just nutrition alone or just physical fitness alone. Because you can work out, I mean, you can go to the gym 10 hours a day, every single day, but if you eat a bunch of stuff that's not good for you, or what we call garbage, your body's going to be garbage. So you have to combine the whole aspect of nutrition plus fitness along with support, somebody to be accountable to besides yourself. And that's where the magic percentage is, where the success rate jumps up to 90% when you combine those 3. And without one of those aspects of it, like if you just had the nutrition or just nutrition and fitness, but had no support, nobody to guide you, I mean, you're still just teetering right above the double digits on success rate. And we're talking 10 to 15%. I wish I had the exact numbers, Randy, but that's exactly.
But here's the thing, without giving you the exact numbers, guys, and ladies, is that literally your success rate statistically, and this has been studied, I mean, for years, and it is, you are barely over the double digits if you only combine 2 of those factors that Bart had, which is, let's just say you combine nutrition with working out, but you had no accountability or someone to coach you along, think about it like this. If you ever played sports in high school or was part of a band and you had that person, that coach or that music instructor always coaching you right at the right time, saying just the right thing at that moment that you needed to hear it. I don't know if you can think back that far. I don't know how old you are watching, but think about those moments when maybe you were taking the last lap around the track, or that moment you were lifting weights, or that moment that they wanted you to play for another hour in band practice or whatever it might be. And they coached you along and they gave you that extra oomph. They said you could do it. And literally when you combine all 3 of those elements, and there might be one other element there, your success rate statistically, okay, if we're looking at the numbers, goes up to over 90%. All right. And so here's the thing, when we talk about, but here's the biggest factor in those three things, that and that is nutrition. Okay. I think they say that working out is about 20% of it, but the majority of where your weight comes from is your nutrition, and so if we're talking about daily goes, or that slide edge principle that I mentioned early on, here's a couple tips, because I really want you to find valuable information here while you're here. Okay, I want you to know that we're here to help you. We believe that everybody matters, and I want to give you some information right now, just like we did, that really can make a difference in your life. Okay, so write this down as well, because you can take this stuff to the bank if you really apply it. Okay, or to your refrigerator for that matter. Right? But here's the thing: in the morning, if you really want to make this happen, instead of having a bowl of cereal or going through a drive-through, you set your mini goals. You say, all right, in the morning, right when I wake up, I'm going to have 8 ounces of water, right? What I do, I actually have a whole jug of water that I drink every day. That's my goal every day. And so I already drank one. This is my new one. But the point is I make it a goal in the morning to have 8 ounces of water right when I wake up. So that's my mini goal. Then you set your next mini goal to have maybe a healthy shake in the morning, to where you actually give your body the healthy nutrition that it needs to really fire on all 8 cylinders. And so that's your goal. Have a healthy shake in the morning, okay? Your next goal is a 2-hour goal that day, to make it to right before lunch, to have a healthy snack, right? Maybe around 10 or 11. Maybe it's an apple. Instead of munching on some candy in the office or munching on some chips, grab an apple. That way you've curbed your appetite and you're having a healthy lunch. So here's my point. Everyone makes these big goals. This week, I'm dropping 5 pounds. Well, what about the goals today? What's your today goal? Because see, when you create many successes in a day, oh, you know what? I ate healthy all day. I had a bad dinner, but I know I did it the rest of the day. You start creating these mini wins, and those mini wins become success points. And you actually start telling yourself, wait a second, I can actually do this. I can actually succeed. And you start compounding those successes every day. You're going to look back in 30 days going, I just dropped 15 pounds. But you have to create the daily wins, excuse me, and make those compound over time. It's the same thing in business. If you don't actually set down goals every day and actually apply them and move towards those goals, then how can you expect anything to change this year? How can you expect anything to be different if you keep doing the same things? And so it's not about the big goal. Oh, I want to make an extra $50,000 this year, or an extra $300 a week. Okay, I heard you. That's really the resolution. Okay. What about today's goal to get there? What are you going to do today to move yourself farther along to get to that resolution you made? You see, it's mindset. It's understanding there's an end goal, but there's daily goals, mini goals that you have to accomplish, where you create these success points. And you want to create more successes than you do negatives. And as you do that, you're going to create powerful success in your life. And I know that sounds elementary in some ways, but look, I'm telling you, if you set your goals tomorrow, that in the morning you're going to have a healthy glass of water and a healthy breakfast, then your next goal is to make it 2 hours later to a healthy snack, then to lunch, then a mid-afternoon snack, then to dinner. That's your goal. Okay? Don't think about the next week. Think about tomorrow's goal. Okay? Tomorrow's goal for you in business, whatever business you're in, or if you decide, you know what, I want to start working in the health and fitness business. All right? And what does that look like? We'll talk about that in a moment. Well, tomorrow's goal is maybe 3 simple things. Well, I say simple, but 3 things that, all right, I'm going to watch this training. I'm going to fill out this form. I'm going to do this one thing that's going to take me 20 minutes to do. But you actually knock those 3 things out. You're now a little bit closer to your end goal. But you'll never get there if you don't do the daily goals, the daily success wins that you need to, that will compound day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. Make sense? That's really that's how I actually did drop. I actually dropped 105 pounds, folks. And I was obese for 15 years of my adult life. I struggled. But what I just shared with you, I just poured out. I really did. That's what did it for me. And I had a coach. My wife was my coach. She coached me every day. She supported me every day. I worked out. I was eating nutrition, but she was coaching me along. She, and it wasn't about perfection. This is not about perfection. It's about progress. All right. And here's the thing I will say, in this business that we're going to talk about is this, and in your health and nutrition, it's not about, here's the thing. It's not about condemnation. You shouldn't feel ashamed. As long as you're in the game, as long as you're in the group, as long as you're in the race to make it happen, there's no condemnation. The people rally around you and go, you know what? I'm going to support you. I'm going to help you along. I'm going to coach you along. What do you need? And you've got to be willing and open to accept that and say, yeah, that's what I need. That's what I need, because these people are here to help you. Right. And so, but you got to be in the game. The condemnation comes when you're not in the game. You feel condemned because you're on the outside, because when you're on the inside, you know that everyone matters. You know that you matter and will treat you as such. Okay. So Bart, come on back out. I started rambling there for a second.
Hey, that's okay, Randy. No, that's great. I mean, Randy, it's about making those simple daily decisions. You talked about your 3 goals of the day. I actually have 3 goals set aside every single day, and I have 2 different action steps to achieve each of those goals every single day. Now, am I perfect every day? No. Am I 80% one day? Am I 50% the next day? No, but I keep on building upon the success that I have going. That includes my health, my fitness, and my business goals as well. So, which health, I would say nutrition, fitness, and the business goals. So I think that's a great way to set up on our next part of the call too, Randy. That's what we're very excited about.
So Bart, when you're taking a look as an entrepreneur, business owner at an opportunity or a business, what are the key factors in that? Now I'm kind of putting you on the spot. So I'll fill in if you're not, clear on where I'm going with that. But what are the key factors? What do you need to consider when you're an entrepreneur, business owner? You're looking at, all right, I want to start a business. What are those key factors?
Now, number one is the company itself, the foundation of the company. Is it a brand new company? Have they been around for 5 years? Is it? I look at the company. I look at the products and the programs, and then the stability for sure, Randy. And that is a very big thing for me, because as you know, in my last 10 years in this industry, I had a couple of situations. I had a great run, almost 8 years with a company, but it was a brand new company when I got started. And then 8 years into it, things change, and that's one of the biggest things that when I first looked at what we're involved with now, I was actually a customer for 2 years. And I didn't realize there was really that great of an opportunity until luckily I sat down with one of our mutual friends, and he kind of opened my eyes. And I absolutely love the fact that we had a long-term a build with our current company. I mean, it is it has a great position in the marketplace. They have great leadership. Everything about the company, I can't see any holes with it. And plus, it's an amazing, when it comes to health and fitness, it covers all the key points on how to get healthy and fit. You have your nutrition, you have your fitness, and you have your support. And I was very excited to get involved with it about 1.5 years ago. So, but anyway, that's what I mainly look for in a company is leadership, the products and programs, and the stability.
That's good. No, and kind of just to kind of get this out of the way, some people might be saying, well, Randy, now I know a little bit more about your background, or I've been following you for a while. Then why are you, if you've been this successful, why are you here? Well, it's because of my story. It's because of not just my story, it's also about understanding business as well. And also, once you understand how to grow a business, it then becomes about choosing the right business with the right integrity, the right leadership. Those things are key factors. They're really key factors. And they're key factors to me because I'm building long-term. I'm building a legacy with my family. And as a father and a husband, I really believe in that. I really believe that that is my duty. That is my role. And I want to build something that lasts, not something that is gone in 2 years or 5 years. I want to build something that lasts with something that I'm very passionate about. And it gives me the opportunity every single day, because it's the same, this mission statement that I'm going to give you is the same mission statement of the company. Now, it's not verbatim, but it's to help people achieve healthier, more fulfilling lives, and through fitness and in business. And this one statement really sticks out to me because this is something at the core of my family, my family's what I would call legacy, and what we believe is that everyone matters. And so you know, a lot of people check that out of their brain, and they check out their integrity and everything else when it comes into business. And that's not the case. They go together. They're organic. But a lot of people try to divide those and say, oh, I'm good morally and everything else over here, but when it comes to business, nah, it's okay. And that's just not the case. But I love the company's mission that everyone does matter. And so that's why I'm here. And I'm here also because they have rock solid products, training, and it just so happens they happen to be, all right, the leader in the fitness industry. They happen to be the leader with over 200, you ready for it? 230 hours of infomercial airtime every single day, generating anywhere from 40 to 70,000 customers, paying customers per week, of which the people in the field like me, Bart, and others, if we do just a few simple things every single month, and I say simple, but there are activities, there are things that you have to do, okay? If you do that, the company actually gives you commissionable customers if you do that. Now, all the details and all that, we'll share a link here in a moment and show you how to learn all about that. I'm not going to get in all those details. The point is, there's no other company out there that is, number one, doing 230 hours of infomercial airtime every day, spending over $150 million a year on advertising to generate 40 to 70,000 customers for the field, for us. And the reason why they do it goes back to how people achieve their goals and nutrition, because they can get the nutrition, they can do the activity and work out and get the programs, right? But they still have to have a coach. That's us. That's you and I. Now, you say, well, Randy, you're not like bulging with muscles, and Bart, you're not either. Listen, remember what we said. It's not about perfection. It's about progress. It's about people who know, right, what the struggles are, where other people are at, and becoming knowledgeable and pointing them towards the resources and being a shoulder for those people to help them achieve their goals. That's where we come in. That is why those 40 to 70,000 customers are given to people like us when we do some of the simple things that they outline for us to do every single month. All right. So what company is it? Well, here, are you ready to share it, Bart? Go for it.
Yeah, let's do it. Well, the company's Beachbody, everybody. Beachbody, the makers of P90X, Insanity. I mean, the 21-day fix. And Randy, you brought up the fact that Beachbody generates anywhere between 40 to 70,000 customers every single week, and they give those customers away to people in the field that are actually doing some production. That was the number one reason why I never considered the business. I was a customer, and I was paying retail for the products for almost 2 years before I sat down with our good friends Pete and Sue Pena, and Pete said, and he told me about this because I saw this as being a valuable product. I wanted to refer this to people, but I really didn't get the whole business model because I thought I had to compete with the infomercials. And Pete said, Bart, we generate all these customers every single week. And I said, that's why I don't want to do it as a business. I said, no, we give those away to people doing the business. And I tell you one thing, I am just so grateful that I took the time to sit down with Pete and he told me about that, Randy, because that, my history, what I've done over the last 10 years, I've never, no other company has ever done that before. And the fact is that I had such a great transformation with all the products from the Shakeology, from the nutrition side, to starting off with a 10-minute trainer to the P90X over that 2-year period without even thinking about doing the business. And then knowing that there was a way that I could share this with others and benefit not only people in their health and fitness goals, but also help them earn money from home with this incredible company. It was game over. And you got a call pretty quickly from me after that meeting with Pete Pena, didn't you?
I did. And, I would like to say this too, Bart, is, people right now are writing down their notes and they're going, okay, all right, I want to do my due diligence. Well, listen, this is $1 billion company. Okay. They're $1 billion company. They're the leader in the industry. All right. 230 hours of infomercial airtime every single day with all the name brands that you recognize. So here's a big clue. We are a household name. All right. But this is one of the longest standing viable trends in the world today. So a lot of people talk about, getting on the front end of a trend, but usually what they're doing is they're actually speculating if they're actually even onto a trend. All right. Did you hear me? A lot of people talk about getting in on the front end of a trend, but really what they're doing is speculating and actually trying to perpetuate that they actually are, but they're not. All right. This is one of the longest standing viable trends to get in on now with the leader in the industry. That's $1 billion company. All right. That's created over 60, you hear me right, 60 millionaires in this company. 60 people who've earned over $1 million. Isn't that right, Bart? That's right. You're muted, but that's the thing.
Sorry, I'm muted. Yes, absolutely.
Yet the business side, now this is why I say all of that. It's because some of you are entrepreneurs and networkers right here with us right now. Yet the business side is still virtually untapped. And so that's all I need to say about that. Smart business people right now will go mark it down. All right, tell me what I need to do. Okay, that's where they're at. So if we talk about a little bit about all the products, and I'll kind of give a brief overview, but then I'll ask Bart to kind of share. And there's like every day I have what's called I call it the healthiest meal of the day. It's Shakeology, and I recently I have it every single day, and it's great because I put it in this container and I mix it up. I can do it with water. I do it with water. Some people do it with almond milk or cashew milk or whatever, but I do it with water, and I have that every morning for my breakfast. And it helps curb my appetite, gives me all the nutrition that I really need, and it's part of my daily goals. If you're serious about achieving your health and fitness goals, then you need to put your money where your mouth is. Show me your checkbook and I'll show you where your heart is. Okay. Show me where your credit card statement is at, and I'll show you where your heart is and where your real goals are. And if you look at that, that's going to tell you what your real goals are and what your real results are going to be in your life. So if you've bought 20 movies this month and you're going to watch 20 movies, then don't expect any real results in your business. If you went to a restaurant 20 times this month, if I looked at your checkbook or your credit card statement, I know where your results are going to be. But if I see your credit card statement, I see that you've been buying shakes, or you've been doing like maybe a 3-day refresh or cleanse, then I know where you're headed. Put your money where your mouth is, because a lot of times we do that in one way or another. We're directing our money, we're directing our focus one way or another, and that's the opportunity you have here, is to redirect and say, all right, I'm going to make the commitment. Because without skin in the game, we really won't follow through on our commitments. We really won't follow through on our resolutions. It's only until we put skin in the game, you hear me? And you know this, you know what I'm speaking is truth. You know it. You know deep down inside that what I'm saying right now is exactly what you need to hear. If we don't put ourselves on the line and make ourselves accountable to people who will passionately help us and people that will support us and not put really and invest in ourselves. Think about that for a second. Invest in ourselves. Come on. Are we being honest? Are we being honest that we're going to really actually achieve those goals this year? I don't think we are. And I had to figure that out several years ago. You know, I had all these lofty ideas and goals, but I wasn't being honest with myself. You see, it's easy to break commitments and promises to others. But right now, right here, you have the opportunity to make a commitment and a promise to yourself. That's a lot harder to break because you don't want to lie to yourself. You don't want to do that, right? And so I've always made these commitments and promises to myself, and I get other people around me that can help support me in that, and I move forward powerfully in that. And that's the opportunity you have here. And so Bart, why don't you come on out and then, or actually, why don't you talk a little bit more about the products? I didn't even talk about all the programs. And the fact is, we right now have the Hammer and Chisel program out, and where you can really get fit right now. Let's talk about all the products and everything that's available to them, and even Beachbody On Demand, guys, meaning you can stream from your mobile device. I travel a lot. I'll be traveling next week. I just returned from a trip, and I stream from my mobile device. I'll do Insanity workout in my hotel room or on your iPad. So I'm starting to steal Bart's thunder. So Bart, take it over.
You bet, Randy. Well, the greatest thing about Beachbody, you know, besides having, an all-natural, ultra-dense health and the healthy nutrition shake was Shakeology, which actually, Randy, don't forget, we have some really exciting news coming out here next the next few days on that. But
I want to hit on one more thing before we move deeper into the products. And this is more of a business thing too. Guys, this is how big of an opportunity this is. We're only in the US and Canada right now. And we're $1 billion company. And we're a household name. Now we're doing test infomercials and doing things over across the pond right now, but we're not building the business personally. We're not, as coaches, able to build the business yet, but we're only in the US and Canada right now. And we're generating over 40 to 70,000 customers a week. That's powerful. And we're doing it because of the products and programs that are meeting a real need in the marketplace. And these are quality products. And Bart, I want you to talk about it. And I won't interrupt you again. Sorry.
Bottom line, Randy, it's the name that you know. I mean, think about it. Do you currently own one of the Beachbody DVDs? Do you know somebody that owns one? Do you know somebody that had a great transformation on P90X? This is something that we don't have to convince people because they already know about it. They've been around for 18 years. 18 years this company has been in business with all the 230 hours of infomercials every single day. But the greatest thing about a Beachbody, they have some really simple ways they package up. There's something called a challenge pack. Now, what is a challenge pack, Randy? A challenge pack combines your nutrition and your fitness in one program. Okay, so you have a month of Shakeology, then you can choose from any of the wonderful fitness programs that Beachbody has to offer, from the 10-minute trainer. That's what I started off with 3 years ago. By the way, Randy, 3 years ago. Now, you knew me 3 years ago because we've known each other, but that was me. I don't know if you can see that, but that was me 3 years ago. I mean, it's crazy. That's actually my older brother, Lee. So talk about some transformation. I mean, that was something I had to deal with for a long time. Okay, am I back on now, Randy? Sorry about that.
You are.
But yeah. Okay. So anyway, what they have available. So and by the way, of course, Randy, it's a 30-day money-back guarantee on everything that Beachbody has to offer. But one of my favorite ways that I like to refer people to get started is to go with what they call the Club Shakeology Challenge Pack, which gives you 30 days of the healthiest meal of the day with the Shakeology. That's how I started with it. Wasn't the exercising for at least 3 months. I just started to eat healthy and get nutrition because I was so big. And then I started implementing the fitness program. The great thing about the Club Shakeology Challenge Pack, which is like $140 plus tax and shipping here in the US, a little bit more in Canada, it gives you the 30 days of the ultra dense nutrition shake, the Shakeology, plus 90 days of Beachbody On Demand, along with your club Beachbody membership, which has all kind of great tools like the fitness tools, the nutrition tools. It has all the different online chats with some of these celebrity trainers. Plus, it's a $3,000 value, Randy. They have almost so many of the top-rated Beachbody programs.
Wait a second, Bart. Wait a second. Wait, right? You kind of brush over that. But we're talking about, when we say Beachbody On Demand, we're talking about all the popular programs that you would buy from the infomercial, that if you bought one of the programs, Bart, from the infomercial, how much would that cost?
Anywhere between, I mean, they have different ranges in costs. I mean, anywhere between $60 to $80 to $140. There's all kind of different price levels on the programs you can buy from the infomercials. So what you get for $140, you get a whole month of Shakeology plus all the top-rated Beachbody programs included in Beachbody On Demand, which of course you can watch on your cell phone, on your TV, if you have Roku, if you have Chromecast. I mean, it's amazing. Apple TV, it's available through Apple TV when you become a member. All these different programs that you can watch, P90X 1, 2, 3, Shaun T, with the Insanity, with the Hip Hop Abs. I mean,
it's awesome because, hey, Bart, you know, here's why it's awesome. You know, it's an incredible value. So, and here's the thing about that is, you know, if you're serious about, you know, taking 20, 30 minutes a day and doing a workout program where you can run it on your TV and you're not sure which program is going to work for you, so you don't want to spend $1,000 buying all the programs and feel like you're stuck with one because one program makes your knees hurt or makes your back hurt and you can't work out with that program anymore. Well, the great thing about Beachbody On Demand with getting started with this challenge pack, it allows you to test them out and see which one works best for you. All right. So it's an incredible value and it really helps you achieve your goals. So that can't be overlooked, guys. I mean, that's a big deal, Bart. I mean, that's a big deal.
Well, absolutely. And don't forget, they even had specialized programs for type 2 diabetes, for maternity, for women going through pregnancy. I mean, all these are included in Beachbody.
I gotta tell you a story. I'm sorry. But this funny, my wife, she's due at the end of March and with our 7th child. And she was working out last week or a few weeks ago. And she was doing the modified one for people who are pregnant. And she worked out. And then I came upstairs and she said, I just did that twice because it was just not enough for me. But you got to understand, my wife is extremely fit. And it was just funny. And she's like, I think I'm just going to go with the regular one. But this funny story, because she's little kudos to my wife because she takes it pretty serious and is just a great coach in my house. So go ahead, Bart.
Yeah, considering the vetting that she did when I first entered, you know, when y'all were first taking a look at Beachbody. Oh my gosh, you had to get through Michelle first, so that was a huge win.
Talk about that. Because my wife, listen, guys, if your thing is, well, I don't want to put any crappy products in my body. Is that okay to say crappy? You know, I don't want to put anything in there that's, you know, really genetically modified, is not all natural, or is sugar or all that junk that most nutrition places have. Well, my wife was like, all right, it's got to pass my test before I'll let you have it, you know, and so she was, you know, going through it all, because you guys got to understand, we shop at Whole Foods, Trader Joe's. We cook mostly organic. We get raw milk for the kids. I mean, it's just, I mean, we are really a healthy household now, and we've been that way for several years. So it really had to pass the litmus test of my wife. And so, Bart, go ahead and talk about just that part of the product.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, look, no artificial flavors, no artificial colorings. I mean, there's a reason we have chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry. And we have a green berry, too. So everything's all natural. I mean, and considering you have 70 different ingredients, we have the superfoods. You have, now, look, we have all the information that can really get into detail. This is where I call our great friend Mel Batterman, because she knows all this stuff forwards and backwards. 18-year health, fitness, and nutrition specialist. And anybody that you present this to, there's no holes in the product, and that's what's so great about it. And it's an ultra dense nutrition product. It's not a weight loss shake. It's not a protein shake. You have a great balance of protein, of the carbohydrates, everything that you need. The stories are incredible. I mean, I've lost 85 pounds in 3 years, guys. I mean, it's something I will not go a single day without drinking it. And I was not doing the business for 2 years. I was not saying, hey, you got to do this so I can pay for my shakes. No, I drink it because number one, it reduced my cravings. It made me feel good, and I got healthy. I mean, that's why I continue to drink Shakeology. I would have never done the business if I didn't. Thank goodness. I mean, thank goodness the timing was right for me, and I was introduced to the right person, a good friend, Pete. So, but anyway, Randy, that's what I had to say about the Shakeology. Which, of course, if anybody has any questions, they can reach out to the person that referred them, and we can get you all the information you need. So, but anyway, Randy, go right ahead. Let's take her away.
No, you can tell we're pretty excited about what's going on here in Beachbody and health and fitness, and also just about building a business and building a business that lasts. And that's really important. Like I said at the start, a lot of marketing gurus and business gurus out there have lied to us. They've lied. And I want to tell you the truth. I want to tell you like it is, and that it does take work. It's not effortless. It's not simple. But we've cracked the code here, and I've taken my experience over the years, and we've built a very large business in Beachbody. Myself, we have a couple thousand people within our organization, and we've put together a complete team training site. I share some of my best practices. Bart does a lot of training, and we've got all the tools and resources that you need to be successful. But more importantly, you also get access and you learn about the actual marketing platforms that we use. All right. These are third-party platforms. They're not platforms that we personally charge for. We don't own these. But the point is that we share with you all the things that we've used over the years that are working, what's working now, how we're building the business. And you're going to learn from people that have been in the trenches, who have had the struggles and had the, the pitfalls. But now we have the systems, the templates, the operating procedures, all right here within our team, so you can get access to that. So this is an opportune time for you. It's an opportune time to be within a community of people, of like-minded, who rally around you, no matter where you're at physically, no matter where you're at financially, and we help each other and coach you along and help you achieve your goals. Because it's not just that I matter or Bart matters, you matter. So all you need to do to get started is, like Bart said, either get back with the person who invited you here to this presentation, or there's a button below, and you can click on that. And Bart, why don't you show them how to go ahead and get enrolled, if you can do that. Are you able to do that?
Randy, I think I can. Hang on one second. I'm going to pull this up real quick. You keep on talking, and I'll pull this up.
And so it's really simple. And this comes down to, it's really simple to get enrolled, okay? And so it comes down to this. It comes down to, are you ready to, really invest in your goals? Are you really ready to invest in your health? Are you really ready to invest in getting your business going, right? Show me your checkbook, show me your credit card statement, and I'll show you where your heart is and where your real goals are, okay? And until we take and make a serious commitment and put skin on the line, hey, I'm delivering the truth. I told you the truth at the beginning. I'm telling you the truth now, right? So Bart, why don't you take it over?
Okay, Randy, go ahead and lock on me. And what we're going to do, you're looking at the screen right now where you're watching this video. All you would simply do, and so you're going to see a time delay since I have it up live. All you're going to do is click Add to Cart. Now, once you do that, it's going to give you a country to select, okay? Can you hear me, Randy? Okay, you can hear me. Good deal. So once you select your country, it's either going to be the United States or Canada. So you're going to select the country. You're going to click Submit. And at this point, you're just going to fill out this form. This is becoming a coach. By the way, Randy, when you purchase a challenge pack, of course, it starts like the Club Shakeology Challenge. It's $140 plus tax. So it ends up being usually anywhere around $153 and change. It gives you the 30 days of Shakeology and the club the Beachbody on Demand, the Team Beachbody. That's the way I always recommend. That way they can see all the different programs. Then they can get dialed in. If they want to try the hammer and chisel or the 21-day fix, hey, when you order as a coach, you get a 25% cost savings on that. So you would simply go ahead and just fill in the information. You'd fill in the account information and make sure the coach is selected. See, you're going to have to forgive me, Randy. So, okay, here we go. So the name of the coach should be in there, whoever sent you the link.
Yeah, Bart, it should already show it. If
Correct.
your coach doesn't automatically show up, then just get back with the person who referred you here, okay?
Yeah, absolutely. And what I was going to say, I'm gonna take this off the screen now, Randy. So if you could just, I cannot. Sorry, guys. I'm just having. Okay, there we go. All I would say, once you take that next step, you're just going to fill in the information. You're going to see where it says $39 to get started. Look, if you decide to go ahead and proceed, with a challenge pack, the $39 coaching fee is actually waived, and it's a way to get started in your business. Now, of course, don't forget, once you walk through the process, you're going to fill in the form, you're going to select the challenge pack that best suits your needs, and then you're going to go to the final page and submit your information. Now, if you don't recognize the name of the person, if you know that, say, like if Randy or myself referred you to it and you see somebody else's name, just stop right there. Just reach out to the person. Make sure you're signing up with the right person. It's very important. But just follow the steps, walk through, and don't forget, it's a 30-day bottom of the bag money back guarantee. So for 29 days, you can drink every single Shakeology in that entire bag. And if it's something they say, you know what, Bart or Randy, this isn't working out for me, you just pick up the phone, call the 24/7 toll-free number customer service that Beachbody has. 24 hours a day. It's amazing. And just say, look, this isn't for me. Then you can get your full refund on your money. So normally that does not ever happen. However, you do have that option.
Yeah, that's good. And hey, Bart, let me do this. I think I've got it here on my computer. So I might be able to show them how to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yep. Here we go. I'm going to just show this, and this is the page that you're going to see next. And you've got multiple challenge pack options. So I have this one circled because that was the 141 that Bart was talking about. And so you can select any of the options on that page, and that's going to get you, the product, and so you can start getting healthy, but it's also going to make you a coach. And so that's going to be awesome. So you'll actually become a coach as well. There I am when I was on my infomercial set. And remember, I was telling you I did infomercials and sold real estate investing. There I am, another 100 pounds overweight. I had a little bit more hair at that time, though. But here I am with my beautiful family. That's Carter on the left, Elijah. My wife is holding, my beautiful wife, Michelle, my two twins, Nolan and Niles. Callie, and you don't see Taylor. Taylor is 21, and she's a missionary. And then, of course, my wife is pregnant now, too. So, but that's it. And it's pretty simple to get started. And any closing comments, anything that you want to add, Bart, before we close this off?
Randy, I had something come to mind, guys. Also, I can say, you can tell this is we're just a couple guys here that's had a lot of success and with our own personal health and fitness goals. Also business wise. One of the great things about working with whoever referred you to this to this presentation within our team, we work with some amazing people. Our friends Pete and Sue, the first $1 million earners in Beachbody. Matter of fact, they were the first husband and wife team to independently earn $1 million with Beachbody. These are the folks that we work with every single day. We have amazing tools. We have amazing technology. You are not in this by yourself. I mean, if you just want to get healthy and fit, fantastic. Okay, if you want to learn more about, hey, by the way, being a Beachbody coach, that's what we call an independent distributor. Just to clear that, I don't think we talked about that, Randy.
Right.
Guys, look, it's all up to you. I mean, we have a great time doing this. We give you a lot of tools and training. It's all, the training's all free. We have an amazing training site to help you get your feet wet, get started. Look, you don't have to do any of this on your own. Just, you have to be ready to do it yourself to make a change, whether it be in your health, your fitness, nutrition goals, or making a few $100s a month extra per week or per month from home. You know, whatever option you want to take, we're going to be here to support you. So that's all I have, Randy. Thank you.
No, that's great, Bart. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, or whenever time that everyone is watching this. And so if the last thing I'll say is that if you want to start working with one of the fastest growing teams within Beachbody, Team Beachbody, then go ahead and click that button below or get back with the person who referred you, and we will welcome you into the group, into the community here. And it's one of the best opportunities around right now because we're addressing two of the biggest trends in the world today. And I'm thoroughly excited to be a part of this company in working this business every single week, every single month, every single year. And thanks for joining us. Talk to you guys soon.